Hey everyone, we are live. I'm so excited for this live stream. No, I am not back in Shanghai. Much like all of the other Travel China online live streams that I've been doing, I'm not back in China. I'm here in Sydney, but I do have friends in China who have been taking us around on kind of like a virtual travel adventure of different cities around the place. And finally, it's time to come to Shanghai, which has a really special place in my heart because it was the first ever city that I went to in China. The first place I fell in love with. I studied there as a student at Pudong University for a year. I was an exchange student there. And yeah, so I think my whole passion and interest for China really started in that year. So today's going to be a real trip down memory lane. And talking of memory lane, I did present a little bit of a slideshow full of pictures from my first time going to Shanghai. So I hope you guys don't mind, but I'm going to take a few minutes to show you some of my old pictures. So here we go. Here's my first picture to show you. So here on, let me get to this. So here on the left is me standing in front of the famous Fudan Guanghua Towers. This is like the landmark of Fudan University. And yeah, that was my first day there, feeling so excited. I had no idea what I had gotten myself into. I didn't really know what to expect. I had never been to China before, and it was all just like such a new, different kind of experience. These were my first ever xiaolongbao. So actually, guys, I want to tell you something. How do I do this? Oops. I want to tell you guys something. It's actually kind of embarrassing because now I love Chinese food so much. But before I went to China in the first place, before I went to Shanghai, I had actually never had a xiaolongbao. I didn't know anything about actual Chinese food. I really didn't know anything about China in general. Chinese food, Chinese culture, Chinese tea, everything. So I had my first xiaolongbao and it was like my mind was blown. And I would go and eat them like every day for breakfast. My best friend and I, we were there together, and I remember the look on our faces when someone told us one day, and this was after like 6 months of eating xiaolongbao every single day for breakfast. They were like, "Oh, you know, xiaolongbao actually not very good for you." And my friend and I just cried. We just cried because we were like, "Why are we gaining so much weight here?" But anyway, it was really fun. I love my xiaolongbao. These were my first ever xiaolongbao, and outside of my university, there were store after store after store after store of them. And yeah, they're amazing. If you've never tried one before, please do. Spoiler alert, we will be seeing some xiaolongbao in today's live stream, so stay tuned. This was actually my first ever bike ever. So a fun fact about me and my upbringing, my parents, that you guys may know from my videos, they're dentists. So I was never allowed a bike growing up because they saw a fair share of accidents of kids falling over on their bikes and breaking all of their teeth. So I never had a bike. So you know, I decided to learn in the safest place on the world, not the streets of China with cars coming in from all angles. So yeah, interesting place to learn how to ride a bike, that's for sure. But you know, I survived. I'm still here today, and I'm, you know, I can ride a bike now, but I'm definitely not the best bike rider in the world, that's for sure. This was my first ever trip to the Bund. You guys might recognize the skyline behind me here. I was so excited. But there's one thing that you guys may notice about this picture that's a bit different to the current skyline of Shanghai. You guys may have already noticed, but we're missing a building here. Well, you can kind of see it. It's in darkness. So the building that you're not seeing here, or the building that you're seeing half built, is this building, the Shanghai Tower. So this is the current skyline of Shanghai as we would know it today. You know, you've got the Pudong Tower here, the Oriental Pearl Tower here. You've got the bottle opener here, Jinmao Tower here, and you've got the Shanghai Tower here. But when I was in Shanghai, it was halfway through being built. So this is what it looked like. This is one of my this was, I think, was my second or third trip to the Bund. That's what it looked like when I was in Shanghai at the beginning of my time in Shanghai. So I feel a real affinity with this building, and I don't know if it's weird to have such like an emotional attachment to a building, but when I see this building, I'm like, oh, I feel like I can relate, because when I went to China, I was kind of on my own journey. I was seeing this tower being built through its different stages, and I felt like, you know, I saw its progress. That's a little bit later, and it, in a corny kind of way, also saw my progress. So these are some pictures that I took throughout my time there of this massive building being built. And honestly, I never thought that you could get vertigo from looking up. You at the base of these three towers, they're all absolutely massive. I think this Shanghai tower is now like, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's like I think it's the tallest building in Asia, or anyway, it's really, really tall. Definitely the tallest building in China for now, I guess. But when you look up at it, it's just so intimidating, seeing these massive like behemoths on top of it, like just looking down at you. Anyway, it's hard to describe. When you go to Shanghai, you'll feel it. You'll know what I'm saying. Yeah. Oh, and okay, so this is moving on from buildings. This was another really cool experience I had in Shanghai. This is my 21st birthday. So my parents, that you guys might recognize from my videos, they're over here. They came to Shanghai for my 21st birthday and celebrated with all of my closest friends. Some of them you may recognize that have been in my videos before. You may recognize Ben, one of my best friends. We've made a few videos together since. Oh, this is another special moment from Shanghai. I got really homesick when I was there because I'm really close with my family. And it was the longest time I'd ever been away from them. So I started going to this tea shop that was near my campus, and there was a lady in there. And at the beginning of my time, I couldn't really communicate with her that well. My Chinese wasn't so good. But over time, you know, I could communicate more. I learned more about Chinese tea. And, you know, that's kind of where my interest in Chinese tea originated. And it's just been growing since then. I have some tea that I've brewed myself to drink at this live stream. And what was really cool was when my parents came to visit me, I took them to the tea shop, and it was a really nice little moment there that I kind of wanted to share. And yeah, the reason I was in Shanghai, I was a exchange student. So I was doing classes there. This is my my Chinese class. You can see at the back here, Hanyu Ke. And yeah, such amazing memories. I would encourage anyone who may be watching this that is thinking about whether they want to do a gap year or be an exchange student. Well, I guess right now it's kind of a weird kind of time to do that, but hopefully when pandemic is over, exchange and, you know, gap years will kind of go back to normal. If you have the opportunity, take it. It was such an amazing experience. So anyway, now we're going to go on to today's live stream. So obviously it's about Shanghai, and as you guys may know, Shanghai is really big. And as someone who really loves Shanghai, there's so many amazing things that I wanted to show. So there's actually going to be two Shanghai live streams, the one today and the one in a couple of weeks. I haven't decided when it'll be, but there'll be another one. So the one today is going to be focusing more on modern Shanghai, and the next one is going to focus on more of the older side of Shanghai. So today is, as I said, the modern one. So we're actually going to be taking a route from, actually I prepared a little photo. Let me get this up on screen, 1 millisecond. Here we are. Yeah, okay, so how cool is this map I found online? Anyway, so this is Shanghai. This is the Huangpu River, and on this side is Puxi, and this side is Pudong. So Pudong is the side with those, you know, crazy tall buildings that you may recognize, and Puxi is the side that you can see those buildings from, and it's also home to a lot of the very famous things in Shanghai, the more old school things. So today we are going to be taking the following route. We're going to be starting here at People's Square and People's Park, and then we are going to be traveling along East Nanjing Road towards the Waitan, the Bund. We're going to be taking in the beautiful panorama of Pudong, and then we're going to be hopping over to Pudong. I've got a friend who is currently waiting under the Pearl Tower, and she's going to be taking us on a little tour around the big building so you guys can see for yourself. Yeah, so that's what's going to be happening today. And I'm going to tell our first host to enter the live stream. One mere moment. Okay. Oh, while I'm waiting for my friend to join, I thought I would get into some admin of this live stream. Please, no hate in the live chat, guys. I do have a moderator that will be deleting anything that is hateful. So if you're comments are getting deleted. Stop saying mean things. And what else do I want to say? Yeah, I hope you guys enjoy. Here is John.
Hi, Amy.
How are you?
Hi, how are you? I'm great.
I'm very well.
It's a nice day in Shanghai. It's a little bit misty, but it's perfect weather to explore a park. That's for sure.
Would you mind introducing yourself to the live stream viewers today?
Yeah, of course. Hi, everyone. My name is John Dopp. I'm a fourth-year university student here in Shanghai at NYU Shanghai, and I study business. But I love exploring the city, and I've been here since 2017. So it's the city's really grown on me since then, and I'm
Awesome.
really excited to show you one of my favorite parks in the city.
Awesome. I'm so excited as well. Thank you so much for being part of our live stream. So could you please tell everyone where you are? Give a bit of an overview of,
Yeah. So right now I'm actually on the West Nanjing Road, one of the biggest streets in Shanghai. But on the other side of me is the People's Park entrance. But I chose this place to start because there's actually two really famous buildings behind me. The Grand Theater, which has been here since the 30s, I believe, and the Park Hotel, which looks American because it is. It's been around for 100 years or something, and it's a hotel, nice hotel.
Oh,
but
cool.
anyway,
actually, I didn't really know much about the Grand Theater. I didn't know that that was a important building.
Yeah,
so yeah, thanks for pointing that out.
They have Shanghai's so full of important buildings everywhere. That's hard to keep track of all of them. And
very true.
I sometimes run into them, and I don't even realize until I read the plaque in the front that it's a really special building.
Yeah.
But I'm about to enter into the park right now, so I'll just do the change camera. And this,
cool.
Immediately, as you'll see as we enter the park, it's just full of people, and they're all here for similar reasons to find a spouse for their kid. This is what's called the marriage market, or in Chinese, 相亲角. And you can see there's a bunch of different plaques here with information on them. And these plaques say things like age, height, where they went to university, and a lot of information. How basically all of this works is they put out their information, and you can contact them if you think your child is a good match, and they can arrange a meeting, a blind date of sorts, which is 相亲.
Yeah, very common in Shanghai to see this around the place. I remember the first time I saw it, I was very confused. I was like, what's happening? But the more I could like read more characters, it was very interesting to see what was on some of these signs. So what have we got here?
This is a female. It's looking for someone never married, and they're born in 1979. So yeah, that's definitely in the range of normal ages here in the marriage market. Usually in the 80s or 70s. A couple in the 90s, which is intimidating for me, being born in the 90s myself. So
watch out.
A little bit too real. But yeah, lots of people here today. A lot of parents looking to find their kids a spouse. I mean, this you might think this goes back for a long history, but it actually only, I think, started in People's Square since like 2003. And it actually started because of modernization. A lot of people focusing on their careers more and less about marriage. So the parents wanted to find a traditional kind of partner for them, and so they come here to try and arrange that.
I wonder how many of the kids that have their signs displayed, how many of them know their parents are doing this, or whether they're willing participants. I'd be interested to know. Maybe if someone in the chat knows, let me know.
Yeah, that I have the same question. I think I saw someone born in '96, and I can't imagine that they're already giving up.
That's
there's
younger than my sister. Yeah.
Well, over here we have what is a kind of area for the continued discussion of marriage partners. But
Yep.
just beyond this is a different section of People's Park, because People's Park just has like so many different things going on, so many different areas to explore. And surprisingly enough, in this area, there's actually a like kids park, a kids like amusement park.
Yeah, I remember walking through and seeing that. It's actually really big, People's Park, and I did read something online when I was researching a little bit more for this live stream. Can you tell me more about? It used to be like a horse racing arena. Is
Yes,
that true?
that's actually true. The first race course in Shanghai wasn't here. It was actually just across the street, Xizang Road. But the first race course was built in 1853, I believe. And it was built by the British when they came here during the treaty port era of Shanghai. This one was built in the 80s, the 1880s, sorry.
Okay.
So yeah, still very long history with this place. And
Yeah.
it was a race course up until the 1940s. And then when the CCP came to power, it changed it into the People's Park to reclaim this from the British, who made it a race course. But here you can see all the different amusement parks that have
Many people on them. It looks pretty
there's
empty.
a number of people. Yeah, I think it's just because it's still slightly cold weather in Shanghai. It's not quite full spring yet. I think
Coming out of winter now.
Yeah, I think in the summer, this place is a lot more crowded.
Yeah, for sure. Do you prefer Shanghai in the winter or the summer?
I think I prefer it in the winter, surprisingly, because in the summer it is really hot. Shanghai is very humid, very warm, so definitely a winter person. But the spring is also super nice. And this next area is, you might already know what I'm about to show, but it's a beautiful garden area right here. And it's full of...
Yeah, this was actually one of my first trips to People's Park when I was in Shanghai. I came here and it was blooming with cherry blossoms. So beautiful. Has it already started?
Yeah, I think it's started, but it's not quite in full bloom yet, unfortunately. Maybe a couple of weeks away, but yeah, a couple of the flowers are starting to bloom. And all the roses are definitely getting their color, which is really beautiful.
Yeah, one thing I really love about when I'm living in China, when I was in Shanghai, I felt it. When I was in Beijing, I felt it as well. There's like a calendar of flowers and when they open. So every week, my language teacher would come to class in Beijing and say, during spring, this week you can expect this flower to open or this flower to open, which was really cool to see. Because here in Australia, we have flowers, obviously, but it's on not as much of a schedule like it is maybe in Europe or Asia. So I found that really fascinating.
Yeah, but nice area. Definitely great for taking pictures. That's for sure.
Yeah. The building that's in front of you, John. The building in front of you.
Or
no, behind. I think it looks like an evil tower. What do you think? Don't you think someone like Dr. Evil is at the top of it with his cat? Like,
it was actually crazy. So that building is it's a Marriott building, so it's half hotel, half apartment. But it's crazy because it's called the Tomorrow Square, which is like very futuristic. If you look at the lobby, it's like something out of a sci-fi movie. But it's right next to some like of the most ancient and oldest buildings in Shanghai. So it's just like I think it's just a great like metaphor of Shanghai as a whole, being like the future as well as like having so much past and history.
Yeah, agreed. I have a friend who used to live at the base of it in one of those, in that kind of really old area. And it was so weird looking out in the, like when you would look out of the apartment, you'd see all of these kind of traditional, well, as traditional as you can get in Shanghai, but old traditional apartment kind of living. And then you've got this massive building. It's very a lot of contrast in Shanghai, which is something that I find so fascinating about that city.
Yeah, speaking of apartment buildings, there's not a whole lot around here, but Shanghai is also home to like these like beautiful apartment style called lilong, or a type of lilong called shukumen, which is these like 4-story or 2-story apartment houses that started in the 1850s, and they've gone through many different iterations and variations for the last 150 years. But they're called lane houses, and they're quite beautiful. But we were coming up on another part of the lake, or sorry, not lake, the park that I like, which is a little hidden lake. Let's see if I turn my camera.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I've been here. It's beautiful. I have a photo taken of those reflections. I really like those buildings.
Yeah, and usually I feel like there's some elderly playing traditional musical instruments in this area. Maybe they're on break right now. Oh, I think they are on break. I see the instruments.
Yeah. But, there's one park that definitely rivals People's Park in terms of like interesting musical talent. Have you been? I'm sure you've been to Fuxing Park.
Yes, Fuxing Park. Yeah, it's on middle Fuxing Road, and it's great. It's also right in that area where I think the majority of the old Shukumen apartment houses are still there.
Yeah,
they still stand, and it's a quite beautiful mix. They've been modernized to be really interesting to the times, but here we have some sort of get together or party, I guess. I'm not looking. I don't know what's going on here. But we're just keep walking through, I guess.
Oh, lovely dresses.
Some really traditional clothing.
Oh, cool.
Oh. I think they're filming something.
Yeah.
Yeah, Shanghai is always full of the sort of interesting film. Like, I feel like this is unusual, but also normal for Shanghai. That there's like something filming, and there's some people doing interesting stuff, especially in a famous place like People's Park.
Yeah, for sure. What do you like most about living in Shanghai?
Oh, it's what everyone says, but the food is in Shanghai is amazing, because not only do you get food from all over China, because a lot of people from all over China come to Shanghai for opportunities, but also food from all over the world because it's such an international city.
Yeah, 100%.
Now, this is kind of a more unknown part of People's Park, but this is actually what's called the English Corner. It's lost a lot of popularity in the last couple of decades because of you can just go online to get practice. But I actually ran into them 2 months ago right here, where some Chinese people who are studying English come to practice with each other and with any foreigners that happen to walk by. So it was
English
actually
corner.
Yeah. So it's actually a really friendly conversation. They tested them on geography and anything they knew about English, and it was very nice.
It's really cool.
I feel that a lot of people. Go ahead.
Oh no, it wasn't interesting. Please continue.
No, I was just about to say that a lot of people in Shanghai, a lot of the locals just are really friendly and are really interested in talking. I've had conversations with just people on the street, complete strangers, just pretty much on a weekly basis now.
Yeah, it's awesome, and it's a great way to improve your language skills as well, because you tend to have like the same kind of conversation again and again and again. It's the, hey, where are you from? What are you doing here? Like, what do you study? And that's how I got a lot of my foundational conversational skills. Because people are so friendly, and it's lovely to have those interactions.
Yeah, and as we say, we're just about coming up on the actual like race course building. This is the same one from the 30s.
Wow.
It looks a little bit different, I think. Maybe they've renovated it to be so it doesn't get destroyed. But currently, it's no longer the race course building. It's currently the Shanghai History Museum. Shanghai 市历史博物馆. And right next to it, the adjacent building is the Revolutionary Museum. But this building also has a history of going through all the different types of museums, from Shanghai Museum to China Museum to Shanghai Art Museum to now the Shanghai History Museum.
Oh, well, it looks like a nice building for a museum. I guess once upon
Yeah.
a time, that would have been a very tall building in Shanghai.
Yes, it was actually one of the tallest when it was first built in the entire
Ah,
city.
yeah.
Like,
It's such a
complete
contrast with the
dichotomy.
buildings around it
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah, this very nice street. This is the major Nanjing West Road,
Yeah.
and then you have these old buildings from the 30s and before.
Crazy.
And then that's the
I
sci-fi building, Villain Tower.
Yeah. I remember I brought my boyfriend to Shanghai once, and we were walking in this area, and I was so excited to show him all of this stuff and take him to People's Square and People's Park, and then all he was interested is going into that Porsche dealer, you know, the one that's opposite the gate. You can probably
Yeah.
see it.
Yeah, it's right over there.
So
It says
he was excited to go and
Porsche.
sit in a Porsche, and I was excited to show him all the history and the food, and he was like, yeah.
Yeah, so that's the first half of People's Park. People's Park now, where the whole race course is, it was like a giant circle. There's now a street going through the center that kind of divides it in half. So the southern half has this beautiful garden area that has a fountain with a audio and light show, and there's also a museum there. But this that half is a very big, beautiful garden, and this half has all the action with the marriage mart, the children's playground, and those beautiful cherry blossom trees.
Yeah.
And I can see here actually one of the, I guess, gates for horses. So this is where
That's our gate for horses. Oh, cool.
Yeah, this is where the horses used to come in.
Oh,
To
that is so cool. I have
join
walked past
the
those
race
gates
horse.
so many times because my friend lived down the road. That's crazy. I didn't know that.
And in there, you can slightly see that black door frame is where they had the horses stables for keeping them. But the race course used to be the most luxurious place in Shanghai when it was first built, for like the wealthy to watch the races. But it was a little bit exclusionary, so I think that the new park has been a really cool change and improvement to this area where it's just open doors and just full of life and activity that has really brought a new life to Shanghai.
Yeah, definitely.
So over here is the this is kind of a surprisingly large building, but it's the Shanghai Grand Theater.
Yeah.
So it's not the other grand cinema that we saw, but this one is for really large shows, ballets, operas, and theaters, Western, Chinese, other Asian forms of art.
Yeah.
And yeah, pretty much all kinds of performances are here. I have yet to see a performance here yet.
Nice building.
Yeah,
me either. I've walked past it so many times, but I've never set a foot inside.
It's on my to-do list, though. I'll make sure to try and get it done at some point.
Yep.
And I think here, these are some of the old Pudong style behind this bus. Pudong style apartment complexes.
Yeah.
So you can kind of see a little bit remnant of the past with the houses there.
Yeah, every time I come back to Shanghai, more and more of them are torn down, which is really sad. So I hope at least some of the areas are kept as they are.
Yeah. So I'm just walking right now to the other half of the park. It's inconveniently cut off by this giant street here. But this street actually, I believe, I can't remember if this is Yan'an, but a lot of the streets in Shanghai actually used to be rivers. So the other side of this park actually used to be a giant river. Xizang Road was a giant river that divided the concession to the rest of China. And this road, I believe, yes, I think so, also used to be a river. And it divided the British concession to the French concession. Oh, perfect.
Yeah. Could you tell us a little bit more about those concessions? Do you know, like,
Yes.
just whatever's on the
Yeah.
top of your head? Like, it's an interesting kind of thing.
So I'm a university student here in Shanghai, so we study various elements like this about China, and I'm taking a class right now that studies Shanghai history specifically. So our assignments are to go out into the city. Later today, I'm going to be going into the old French club in the further into the French concession. But yes, so Shanghai was split up into a treaty port in the 1844 or 1843 with the Treaty of Nanjing, when foreign powers came to Shanghai. And then the concessions are these areas that are like extra territories of various countries. So we had a British concession, a French concession. There was even a American settlement, but it didn't last very long, and it merged with the British concession to form the international settlement. But all these different settlement areas have some influence from their past still today, and you can see that in some of the architecture, maybe some of the stores. This whole area of Shanghai, known as Puxi, west of the Huangpu River, is full of international influence and has a lot of that into the history. The Treaty Port era ended in 1949 with the formation of PRC. And although it sounds really cool, it wasn't all super happy. In Chinese, it's actually, this period is referred to as Banyan Guozhi, so 100 years of humiliation, because there was a lot of things that the foreign powers did that wasn't very open to the local Chinese that have been the residents here. But Shanghai's been a city and has a history that goes way beyond the treaty port era, from when it was first declared a city in 1292. So almost 1,000 years of history.
Oh, that's I don't think, when I think of Shanghai, I don't think of like a really old city, you know, because it just looks so new and sparkly and
When you see God's Way, some of the buildings have come up in the last 20 years alone, and the whole skyline has been completely brand new. But the heart of the city has been here for a long, long time. Back when it was just a small market trading town.
Crazy.
But here we have the other half of the park. It is a lot larger, cleaner, and there's a bunch of doves that gather here. There's always someone feeding all these doves every day, so they make sure to keep them well fed.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah,
it reminds me a lot. It reminds me a lot, actually, of neighborhood cats. I don't know why, but in Shanghai, I feel like every neighborhood I've been to has had a wild cat that just lives there, and he's fed by the residents just out of kindness, and it's almost become a staple of every neighborhood.
I agree. We definitely had that when I was living in Shanghai. Our local cafe had a cat that would come in every now and again, and all of us knew it and would pat it. Yeah, good times.
All right, and then we're just about coming up on the probably the last part of this segment, which is the fountain and the Shanghai Museum, I believe.
I have been there.
Yes.
Yes, we had to go there for an excursion for class.
So many museums in Shanghai.
Yeah.
There was actually another museum in the other half of People's Park we passed, but it was called the Museum of Contemporary Art, but I don't think it was open or it's currently closed. But yeah, there's so many museums here. And here you have a beautiful flower display that's super well kept. They make sure to keep it well kept every day, and a really nice fountain. beautiful
Gorgeous.
backdrop of a kind of skyline of surrounding
Wow, you've
people's
walked quite a long way.
yeah.
Nice. Thank you so much for taking us to People's Square, People's Park. You're going to be joining us a little bit later for a food segment at the end of this live stream. So we'll see you in about an hour. But thanks so much for showing us around. We'll see you soon. Okay.
Bye.
See you later. Bye. Awesome. That was so cool to hear from John. I'm going to invite our next host to come and join us. Very, very excited. We are now continuing our journey from People's Park, People's Square, down Nanjing East Road. So Nanjing Road has two parts, Nanjing West Road and Nanjing East Road. And very different vibes. Nanjing West Road has a lot of trees and a lot of cute shops. Well, Nanjing East Road also has a lot of cute shops. But when you go to Shanghai, you'll see for yourself these two parts of the street have very different vibes. But the part of the street that comes after People's Square, that's Nanjing East Road. And that's, if you saw a photo of it, you'd recognize it. You'll recognize it in a second when Magnus gets on and he's going to be sharing with us Nanjing East Road. And that's the road that leads you towards the Bund. So it's a very, very famous part of Shanghai, got a lot of malls. It's basically a street lined with malls and every mall has lots and lots of shops. Yeah. Crazy stuff. I'm just gonna check on our next host. Oh, here we go. Hello.
So are we live? Are we live? Hello, Amy. How are you?
I am great. How are you?
I'm super excited about this. I'm live here from Shanghai, China, East Nanjing Pedestrian Street. And I thought we'll start with this beautiful sign up here. I love Shanghai. Do you know where I am?
Yes, I do know where you are. You're right at the beginning of the section that leads towards the Bund, right? Right at East Nanjing Road.
Exactly. So we're going this way, and I can tell you, I'm not alone here. I'm in China's biggest city, Shanghai, 25 million people, and I can say almost half of them are on East Nanjing Road today. So I'm super excited. Maybe we can have some chat with some of them. You can probably see that there's a lot of people around here. But we are heading towards the Bund because that's the most beautiful place in all of Shanghai. I usually go down there at least twice a week, because you have to get that like energy from it. So how is the live stream going?
Oh, it's going great. We've just come from People's Square, People's Park. So we went and saw a little bit of the marriage market. Have you seen that before?
Absolutely.
Yeah, we went there and now we're here. And then after you, we're going to be going to Pudong and see all the big buildings. Have you been up any of them, the massive tall buildings?
I've been up in all of them several times. I love skyscrapers. It's one of my obsessions in life. I think that's why I moved to this city. So I went up 4 or 5 times in Shanghai Tower, and the bottle opener, I've been up, I don't know how many times, but my absolutely favorite tower is the Jin Mao Tower. But
beautiful.
Let's talk more about those towers when I get down there, because right now we are in this beautiful street. I have to tell you guys, you that are watching, I don't know how you're watching right now.
Wait, you're cutting out a little bit. I'm going to have to get you to just repeat what you just said. You just cut out for like 2 seconds.
Okay, I was just saying that let's talk about the skyscrapers when we get down. One thing that I have to say is that this street is a little bit dangerous because...
Oh yeah, the trains.
They're all over the place, and they sneak up on you like you don't hear them at all, and suddenly they're like, you have to be very, very careful. This street, I have to tell you viewers, I might have to repeat myself quite a lot of times because maybe it's shut off every now and then. However, East Nanjing Road is what I've heard the largest shopping street in the world. It's longer than what is it, Broadway? It's longer than Champs-Élysées. It's way longer. So this is super duper long. So we have to keep some pace up, otherwise we'll not make it in. You have to obey the rules, so always green light. Okay, so we're walking towards the Bund right now, and what I have to show you is like here, I don't know if you can see, like
Yep.
here. Oh Jesus! Here it's another train. Oh my God, they're dangerous. Oh, yeah. Anyways, for you guys that haven't been to Shanghai, go to Nanjing pedestrian street, but also go on these small little roads on the side here, because here is all the fancy stores. You have like Haagen Dazs, you have Rolex, you have all of these fancy stores. But here on the streets, on the side streets, there you have the most delicious dumplings, noodles, whatever Chinese food you want, you can find it there. So always check out those, and it's way cheaper also. That's just, yeah,
Yes,
for us. So that's
literally.
what we
If you
like.
stay on Nanjing East Road and you want to have lunch, you're going to pay a lot more money than if you go down a side street. And it's going to be so much nicer anyway, more authentic. It's so crazy. It's such a
Exactly,
modern
exactly.
street. And then you go down one other street and it's completely different vibe.
Absolutely, absolutely. So when we're walking down this, like usually um, tourists that come to Shanghai usually come here. So if you're walking here with blonde hair, usually you can see people like taking pictures of you every now and then. Maybe they don't
Yeah.
take picture of me today because I'm not wearing the fancy suit that I'm always wearing in my videos. I'm so sorry about that. I had a little bit rushing this morning. I was playing paddle with some
What's
friends,
paddle?
and I didn't have time to go. Paddle is like a mix between tennis and squash, and I love it. We have
Oh,
started to put up courses here in Shanghai now. We have two courses and or courts,
yeah,
and we will have five, six in the future. So watch my channel, Detmar, and you'll find out more. Anyways,
for sure.
less promotion for my own channel. Here we
No,
can see.
let's take a moment out, Magnus. Everyone who doesn't already know, Magnus has an amazing YouTube channel called Detmar, so everyone can go search for that. I'll put it in the link of this description after the live stream finishes. I should have put it in there already. That's my bad. But yeah, everyone, go follow, go follow, go follow.
Thank you, thank you. Go and follow Amy also, Blondie in China. She's the best.
Thanks, man.
I don't understand how you can arrange this thing for all of us. We're so excited to just walk around here live streaming, and there is a lot more coming, I can tell you, because Lujia's Way, like down at Pudong, is such a
Yep.
beautiful place. So
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to that also. I'll join the live stream watching
Yeah.
after this. Okay.
Would
Here,
love that.
I told you the trains are dangerous. They are everywhere. They
Yeah,
sneak
you
up
have to
on you.
watch
It's
out.
crazy.
If you're looking at your phone, that could be very dangerous walking down this street. You
Yeah,
need to keep to the sides.
exactly, exactly. So we're getting further down here, and ooh, what we have to show? Do we have time? Yeah, we have a little bit of
We
time.
do.
Okay,
Take as much time as you'd like.
I have to get into one of these stores because this is so much commerce going on here. So let me do like this. I'll change to the other camera. You taught me how to do this. And
Oh, there we
here,
are.
can you see my other camera?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So here you can see that you can buy these small little yogurty things. Those are
Yep.
like I love those, and you can return it, so it's like recyclable things. Here is like a lot of fog and smog and stuff like that. And they're buying, what are you guys buying? Oh, they are buying that, yeah. How come? Okay. Okay. Uh, Let me change the camera again because there we go. Boom. Sorry for interrupting the whole thing. Maybe you can see me now. Okay. So let's get in here. What I have to show you here, like all the time when you go into stores, they have these to check the temperature.
Ooh.
So they're
Oh.
very cautious about health in this country now. So
Mm.
along this street, you can go and check out like I don't know what this is. This is like dried fruit, dried fish. Oh, here. Look, you can buy dried fish here. Can you see?
Oh. Yum, yum, yum.
Yeah. Yeah. Yum yum. And we continue go in here. You have to. I don't know if the signal is good enough here, but let's keep trying.
It's
Here
okay.
you can buy a lot of.
It's okay.
Oh my God, they have candy here.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so hungry now. Mm-mm-mm. I prepped before this live stream with 20 jiaozi dumplings, hot, right on the side here of Nanjing Street, and they were delicious. Here you can also
I
buy
would do
some
the
meat
same.
if you want to.
Oh. Yummy, yummy.
你好
Oh, hello.
你好，这是一个 live stream. How do you say live stream?
直播。
直播，直播。你会说 no 好 no 好
No ho, no ho.
no non le tuta le ci vuole? My Shanghai needs some point.
借位，借位。
Okay. Yeah. Oh, okay. Now the manager say no. Okay.
Okay.
He said no. He's like, it's time to go. It's time to go.
That was a nice little stopover. Yeah, lots of those
Yeah,
kind of little eating streets along the way in on Nanjing Road. Oh,
Exactly. And they're so like they're all over the place, and they're very overpriced but very delicious. So now we're back in the streets again. I'm walking on the wrong side, and you can see a lot of people are walking against me. So let's get over on the other side. Anyways, so we have to hurry up now because we only have a few minutes, right? So
no problem. Take as long as you need.
Okay. One of my favorite restaurants on this street is actually up here to the left, and it's a noodle soup place. Let me see if I can find it. It's up here. Like
Oh,
no one will
okay.
ever find it, but it's up there.
Yeah.
That restaurant is super duper good. It's right against Sendness. I don't know
Yep.
what that is. Yeah, so on the other side of that, you have my favorite restaurant on this street.
Yeah, I'll
Anyways,
check
we
it out.
keep on walking, keep on walking. One thing that most people remember from this city or from this street is the Apple Store. And we will get down there because usually when they release a new iPhone or an iPad or whatever it is, this street is like blocked with people because so many people want to get in and get the new iPhone. So
Yeah.
that's this I've never seen this before. What is this? Okay. This some scary
Oh.
dragon. Have you
Oh.
seen this?
No, is that like a show or is it a clothing store?
I don't know. What
I
is it?
have no idea what that is.
A show.
A show.
Okay. Yeah, we don't have time for that.
Shanghai Dungeon. You probably have to pay for that one.
Yeah, okay. And the signal is really bad. Next time.
No problem. Hey Magnus, I have a question for you.
Yeah, let me know.
What's your favorite part of Shanghai to hang out in or go out or have fun?
To have fun, there are two answers to that question. My absolutely favorite spot is the Bund, of course, and to my favorite restaurant of all time, Mercato.
Oh, I've
I'm
been there.
not sponsored. Yeah, oh, you have? Okay.
My
It's the
parents
best.
took me there for my 21st birthday. So we wanted to go somewhere a bit fancy, and they took me to Mikado, and it was great.
Yeah, that restaurant. Like whenever I have time, whenever I have an excuse to go there, I go there and order the ricotta cheese and their what is it called, truffle pizza. Oh, it's
Oh,
fate
you have
and hot trip.
expensive
So
tastes.
yeah, well, yeah, it's not as expensive as like I'm on the Bun, but it's absolutely my favorite restaurant down there. If you want to go partying though, like Wooding Road is the place to be, and I live pretty close to Wooding Road, so it's very dangerous. But Wooding Road, and then it's like up
Dangerous.
for La Real, or yeah, it's dangerous because then you accidentally end up in these clubs even though you don't want to. So
Oh,
yeah, that's
okay.
just
I
how it is.
understand your
Yeah.
meaning now. Oh,
But
the
the
Apple
good thing
Store.
is, I'm almost like you. Like when I go out and hang out with friends, and when the hours are running, and I've been drinking a little bit, I get very tired, and then it's very dangerous because my bed is like 3.5 minute walk home. So I'm very eager to I'm just gonna go to the bathroom, and then you sneak
Yeah.
home and fall asleep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyways, that's too much information about me. Here is the Apple Store, the big and famous one. And because, like back when this was open, Huawei was not a big thing. It was not like as famous as it is now. But when they started to get famous, of course, they want to be on the best street or the most fancy street in all of China. So they opened a store
Oh,
there
oh,
in
you're
order to
kidding. Yeah.
so people don't yeah, they don't want to say like, no, it's not the Americans, it's the Chinese that's ruling this street now. So that's just how it
Yeah.
is. Anyways, we can't. That just comes natural to me to talk about the brands when you're here because it's all about these big fancy brands and logos and stuff
Yeah.
like that. It's a very commercial area. I think along this street, I think they have 3 Rolex stores. I think they have like 4 or 5 Starbucks. So yeah, it's all about commerce here. And
Yeah.
usually people go here on Sundays, so it's like the best or worst day to go here today because it's crazy amount of people.
Oh yeah, it's Sunday. Yeah, it would be crazy. I remember sometimes that I've been walking down East Nanjing Road to go to the Bund, and I've chosen a bad day, and it's literally like a mosh pit. It's like absolutely crowded. You can't even move your hands. You have to keep going towards the same destination, and sometimes they even have to have like police officers making sure that everyone follows the right route and that there's enough room for people to come back. Oh man, it's nuts sometimes.
Exactly. I think we'll see that when we're getting closer to the Bund. But right now, I mean, I can move around freely here if I want. Oh, jeez, don't hit
Yeah.
the person. But yeah, you can move around freely here. But I can tell you, behind the camera, there is so many people like looking at me, like, what is this stupid Lawai doing? But it's a live stream.
Yeah. You can just tell them 直播.
直播。你会说英语？你会说英语吗？不会。你会说英语？ Okay, they don't want to talk to me. Anyways.
Whoopsies.
Oh, hello. 你好.
Hello.
How are you? Very good. Nice to meet you. Look, that's what I love about you. They're so friendly here, especially the kids. They want to talk to me.
Yeah, they want to practice their English.
Of course. And the standard phrases. How are you? I'm good. How are you? Boom.
Yeah.
If we continue talking about the fancy stuff that you claim me for being a fancy guy, this hotel, Edition Hotel, it's on another level. You just go into the lobby and the smell just smells expensive. It's really, really pricey, but if you're here and want to spend 1 or 2 nights at the fancy hotel, Edition is the place to go.
Have you stayed
they have
there
a
before?
rooftop. Yeah, I've taken a couple of staycations there, but their rooftop bar. It's so good. It's incredible. It's very pricey, but it's incredible. These are some young people. Maybe I can talk to them. 你好，世博.
Hello.
Hello. How are you?
How are you?
Yeah. What have you been doing today? Okay. Okay. Another day. I gave it a try at least. I gave it a try.
Yeah.
Oh, there he is
No
again,
worries.
my friend.
Oh, what a star. Hello.
What a guy.
Oh,
Yeah, so we continue walking down, and what's very good with what has changed in was it last year or this year? They actually built pedestrian street all the way, because before there were cars down here that can drive, so then we were forced on the sides, but now it's pedestrian street all the way to the beautiful Bund.
That's different. The last time I was there, there was still that major road going in front of it, and you have to wait at the lights, and that would make things a lot easier.
Yeah, exactly, and it's less dangerous. And the good thing is that the trains, they turn around over here in the back, so it's not as dangerous anymore. Okay, so when we're getting down here, oh, here's a bunch of live streamers. Oh no. They were not live streaming, but they were doing something else.
Oh, maybe
anyways,
taking some video.
Usually you see a lot of Wanghongs down here, but I guess today it's not as beautiful weather, so they're not out here taking those beautiful Xiaohongshu pictures.
And also a lot of people taking their wedding photos. I remember
so
along
many
this
wedding
street.
photos.
Yeah.
So many wedding photos, but there is a street here to the left. It's a little bit further down, and they're like I don't know, 90% of all the wedding photography are made there because it's that, I don't know what it's called, but it's like a bridge that's super famous in Chinese
Oh
movies.
yeah. Yeah.
Oh
I
my
know the one you're
God.
talking about, but I wouldn't be able to tell you why it's famous. Maybe someone in the live chat can let us know.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. Are people commenting? Are people watching? Or are we just talking to each
Yeah.
other?
People are watching, people are commenting.
Okay, perfect. Hi, everybody. Hi, mom and dad. How are you? I think they're sleeping now. Yeah, it's too early in Europe. They're sleeping.
Yeah. A little bit of an
Okay.
awkward time for Europe and also America as well. So next time I have to
Yeah,
choose a better
exactly.
time.
Yeah, next time we choose a better time. But it's good to not walk around in the middle of the night here. I think it's better
Yes.
content when
But
there's a few people out.
yeah, and also better lighting. A big factor.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Ooh.
So we are now getting down to here is where it was like the cars could go here before, but now
Yeah.
they can't go here anymore. So Jesus, yeah, it's a lot of people here. You can see that even though it's a lot of people, it feels like they're very. That's what I love about Shanghai in general and China in general, but especially this street. Like you're not afraid. Like the most dangerous thing here is the trains. Like there's no
Yeah.
pickpocketers, it's not any robberies, like no nothing. It's so
Yeah.
safe to be here in this city, and that's one of the like main factors that you can live here in a very good way because I can literally put my bag here on the side and go down to the Bund and come back, and no one will care. No one will take it. Nothing will happen,
Yeah.
and that's
Yeah,
such
that's
a
really good.
nice feeling.
Yeah, I've had personally some really good experiences in terms of not having stuff stolen. I left my wallet out on a seat of my bicycle once on campus, and I came
Yeah,
back the next day and it was still there, which was like, wow,
really.
that's nice. Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
don't know.
had
Maybe
this
it was just
experience.
lucky.
Yeah, but at the same time, I mean, those things happen all the time. I've lost. Yeah, someone has stolen my battery from my scooter once, but
Oh
that's
yeah.
the only thing that I've lost. And I mean, we live 25 million people here, and
Mm.
it's so safe. All like that's just incredible. One was it last year or a couple of years ago? I had a 50 RMB bill in my pocket, and I
Mm.
accidentally dropped it when I was in the subway. And then some random person run up to me and like knocked me on my shoulder and it's like, "Sir, you lost this." A
Oh, that's
fifty
nice.
dollar bill or 50 RMB bill. So
Yeah.
it's incredible that how nice the people here are here, especially to foreigners. If that would
Yeah.
happen in Sweden, like even I would have taken it and left. But that's another show. Okay,
Yeah.
another thing that you guys have to try when you're coming to Shanghai is to go to. Why am I always pointing on the wrong? There, Peace
Yeah.
Hotel. Peace
Very
Hotel.
famous.
I think it's every Wednesday till Saturday. They have a jazz band that's not the best, not the most beautiful, but they are there and they're the oldest band in Shanghai, and they play so like it's so nice to go in there. It's such a lovely atmosphere. And
Yeah.
they're like 150 years old, all of them, but they're still playing some jazz, and they can, yeah, spice up your night
That's
very
awesome.
much. So go there if
Yeah.
you are in Shanghai. Oh my God!
100%.
Now I'm getting down to this. Yes, this
Can you
is
see
just amazing.
now?
This is
Yeah.
so amazing. Yeah.
Don't get in trouble. Just keep going. Just keep going.
No, no, I won't get in trouble. They're super nice. The police are super nice. They're just here.
Yeah.
But guys, this is like, even though I've lived here now for 3.5 years, this is the reason I stay.
Yeah. Look at that.
Oh,
Crazy.
it is amazing, right?
Yeah. That it's
That is
you
just ridiculous.
every time. And when you're there in person, it's just so it's yeah. There's no words. It's yeah, crazy.
So let's run down there and I'll talk you through them a little bit before,
Awesome.
I guess, do we have a little bit more time?
We have time. I've told our next host that we're running a slightly late, but and that everything is fine.
Okay,
So take your time.
perfect.
Take your time.
Okay, so uh, what people don't know is like when you're talking about the Bund, you're standing here on the Puxi side with
Mm-hmm.
these old buildings. And this is old China. This is like old Shanghai all the way here
Yeah.
because here was like the French concession, British concession, American concession. Like these were the ones that built this. This is the new China. This is the modern China. And Pudong wasn't built until like was it 1970s? Like before then, it
Yeah.
was nothing on that side. It was basically
Yeah.
like swamps and yeah, it was nothing. I had a colleague that said that he lived in Pudong, just behind like Lu Jiasui, when he was a kid. He's 40 something like that, and he said it took like almost an hour to get over to this side because there were no means of transportation. Like it was nothing. Today you can go from one side to the other in like 5 minutes, 3 minutes with the subway,
Yeah.
and you go from like the modern China, which is Pudong, to the old China, which is this.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I
Okay.
love the all of the old buildings on that side.
Yeah,
It's such a contrast again between that kind of two different sides of Shanghai.
yeah, and I can tell you, if it was packed on Nanjing Road,
It's gonna
here
be
it's
packed
packed.
here. Yep.
It's
Yep.
really, really packed. So let's go and
Yeah.
find some good spot here on the side where we can. Oh, here I find a spot. There we go.
Oh,
Oh
nice.
my,
Oh, yes.
oh
This is
my
money
God.
shot.
This
All
is the
you,
money
man.
shot. Jesus, mother of God. Look at that.
It's
Look at that.
beautiful.
That's a beauty. That's a beauty right there. So, okay,
Yep.
let's walk through these buildings a little bit. So,
Yep.
uh, there. That's Aurora, the Golden Building. Aurora is
Yep.
a yeah, big famous company. I can tell you more about that. That's the Shanghai Tower. That's the second tallest building in the world. We have it right here in beautiful Shanghai, China. And let's go. Oh, it's over there. Yeah,
You
there.
got it.
That
Yep.
that's a bottle opener.
Hmm.
Bottle, or we call it a bottle opener. I think it's like Park Hyatt or something like that. I'm not
I
really
have
sure. But
no idea.
that's that small little building. You think that's pretty small, right? That's
Yep.
400 meters. 400 meters. That building.
Crazy.
Then we have the twin buildings. These two,
Hmm.
that one and that one. And up there, if you want to get the best view of this side that I'm standing, you go to Flair Bar in one of these buildings, and you have the view all over the Bund, all over Puxi. It's
Beautiful.
so beautiful. Go there at like 5 o'clock, and you get the most beautiful sunsets you've ever seen in your whole life. Anyways, uh, if we there it's difficult this. Okay, so there we have Bank of China building, that one, and
Yep.
of course we have the TV tower. The TV towers look pretty tall, but it's actually
Yeah.
shorter than Shanghai Tower. So that's the
Ah.
beautiful space that we live in. And as I said, like I live up in Jing'an, and Jing'an, to be honest, is not the most beautiful place in the world. But when you have this to look forward to, like once a week, I get down here and just breathe in this like excitement that you can feel, yeah, both out to Pudong and also, of course, here with all these people
Yeah.
that come here so many times and just take pictures of this beautiful. I mean, you can never get a perfect picture of this. There's always a way
No.
to make it even more beautiful. And
100%.
yeah, as they say, like New York never sleeps, but Shanghai doesn't even sit down. I wanted to get that in there.
I
I
love
wanted
that.
to get that in
I
there.
love that so much. Thank you so, so much, Magnus. This is it's so cool to see, and it almost feels like I'm there. And now I feel sad that I'm not there, but hopefully I'll be able to see you in a couple of months, if everything goes well with my visa and everything. But I'll keep you updated. But yeah, it was so great to see this view. So good to see you, and thank you again for being part of this live stream. Everyone, don't forget to go follow this way, Magnus, on his channel Detmar. And yeah, hope you have
Very
a
nice
lovely
to
rest of
talk
your
to
day.
you. I'm looking forward to have you here in China. Okay.
Me too. Okay, have a good one. See you soon.
Take care. Bye bye.
Bye. Oh, that was absolutely lovely to see Magnus, and what an amazing view. If any of you haven't been to Shanghai before, I hope that gave you a feel of what it actually is like when you get to that Bund. It's every time you see it, it's so spectacular, especially as you're walking up and it's getting closer and closer and closer, and suddenly you've got this amazing panorama just in front of you. Definitely one of the highlights tourist-wise in China, and that's why it's always very, very full. But actually today for a Sunday, it's not that bad. I guess with pandemic and everything, you don't have the overseas tourists, but yeah, it's always very, very busy there. So next, we are going to be hopping to the other side of the river and going to be seeing the buildings up close and personal. Our next host is going to be taking us there. So I'm just waiting for her to join the live stream. But yeah, hope you guys are enjoying the live stream so far. This has been so much fun. It's making me a bit sad and nostalgic that I'm not actually there, because it kind of feels like I am. Yeah, give me a moment. I'm just going to check in with our next host. She should be joining any moment now. But I'll see if there's any questions that are in the live chat. Yay! I'm glad that you like it. I'm glad that you like the idea. This is great. Interesting about this comment I just received. China could have more super tall buildings, but the government has put a stop on them. Now the limit is 500 meters for new buildings. Very interesting. Oh yes, I'm not back in China with the title. Hopefully soon. I'll be giving you guys a bit of an update on my whole visa situation soon. Spoiler alert, I actually have a appointment this week, to get my visa. So hopefully everything goes okay. Hopefully I have all the right documents and I can get that. And anyway, more to come. Stay tuned for now. Hi, Olivia.
How are you?
I am great. It's great to see you. You look beautiful. Would you be able to introduce yourself for everyone?
Okay. Hi, everyone. I'm Olivia, and now I'm in Pudong, Shanghai. And welcome to Shanghai, Pudong. And I'd like to show you around. So, how about Sydney? It is sunny today, right?
Sydney is not sunny today. There's actually awful flooding all through the state. It's been non-stop raining for the last 3 days. So, wait, I'll show you here out my window. Oh, actually, you can't really see, but it's raining for the last 3 days. I wish I was there.
Yeah, it's Shanghai. Yeah, it's very cold today in Shanghai, but doesn't matter. Because
good.
I'm so excited to get connected with you and to introduce what is Pudong. Okay.
Yes, I'm so excited.
Can you guess what I want to show today?
Okay.
I can.
Sorry, can you say that again?
So can you guess what I want to show you today?
Oh, let me guess. Some tall buildings, I guess.
Yes, a little. That is the landmark of the Shanghai.
Yep.
Yes,
yep.
Tall building. Yes, you are so smart. Because I want to introduce the landmark of Shanghai. So let's start. And at the beginning, you can see, I can switch my camera.
Yes, please. Oh, it's going to be a beautiful view. I can't wait to see what's in front of us here. Ready, set.
Yes.
Oh.
There's a very tall building, very gorgeous and tall. Yes, and for a little bit classical style, that is the Shanghai World Fashion Center. It's very famous. Yes, and it has about 420 meters high and has 88 floors. And do you know there's a legend about the feng shui in the building around the Shanghai World Fashion Center? Because
I didn't know that.
It's kind of traditional Chinese culture, and it depends on the position and structure, even the appearance of the buildings. So it says that the Shanghai World Fashion Center depends on the idea of the heaven and earth, and the interpretation of tall buildings is a link between the heaven and earth. So you can see this building again. Yes, you can find that. Yes, the main body of the Shanghai World Fashion Center is a square column. order to reduce the wind resistance, the original design of the building has a large circle wind tunnel opening at the top. Yes, can you see that clearly? Yeah, because it's
Can't see can't see the hole, but I can see the general structure. But at the top there is a rectangular hole. I know.
Yes, because it comes from the reference of the moon gate of traditional Chinese garden architecture. Yes, it's like magic, but so many businessmen believe feng shui very well. It's very interesting, and I'll share with you the story behind the building.
I had no idea. I always wondered why there was a hole in the top of the building. It looks very nice, very interesting design, but I guess there had to be a meaning behind it. This view I know so well. The three big buildings, the Jinmao, the bottle opener, the Shanghai Tower. You know, I was in Shanghai when it was being built, the Shanghai Tower. So it was like I could see cranes like halfway building it taller and taller. So interesting.
Yeah, so interesting. And just as you mentioned, another tall building is Jinmao Tower. Like this, this is Jinmao Tower, very famous building, and it has 420 meters high. And Shanghai Jinmao Tower, it is a fusion of contemporary architecture, technology, and history. Yes, and it has become a quarter-century symbol of Shanghai and even China, as a representative of Shanghai's high-rise buildings in the 20th century. And well, I like to say that, at the very beginning, the landmark of the status of the Jinmao Tower is because of its design idea, that is high-tech content and culture design. So it is full of creativity and imagination, and I really admire the designer's imagination and creativity. And I can show you. Yes, there's quite of people, but usually there are quite of people on the Century Bridge, and they want to take picture with the Oriental Pearl Tower and the Jinmao Tower. But maybe today is so few of people come here. But
have you ever been inside Jinmao Tower? Because the view from, if you go inside and then you can go up like an elevator inside, and then you look down and it's so beautiful, the view from inside. You can see all of the design. It's incredible.
Yes, you are right. And we keep going, and I'd like to introduce another very gorgeous building.
Please.
Oh! Wait a moment. Yeah.
We can see it.
Screen. Yeah. That is the gorgeous Oriental Pearl Tower.
Beautiful.
It's very well known, and every day so many people from different world, different countries take picture with the Oriental Pearl Tower just to look at it. And do you know that I can see this tower every day, just stand by behind the window of my company. I think the Oriental Tower
that's nice.
Because not only the landmark of Shanghai, but also the spirit of Shanghai. Yes, do you agree?
Oh,
I really love.
When was it built?
I really love it. Yes, it could, because it has lots of function inside the tower. You can shopping, you can dining, and you can also playing, and there are some historical museum inside this.
I actually have never been inside. Or in the Pearl Tower, never been inside. I've obviously seen it many times, but the only towers I've been inside are the Jinmao Tower and the financial center, the Podlokna and Jinmao. Yeah, but it looks very beautiful.
Yes, and the location of the original Pearl Tower is also very good. Maybe also because of the feng shui, because it's located on the east of the Huangpu River and the tip of the Lujiazui, and also across the river from a very international exhibition architecture group. So has become the landmark of the Shanghai, even the Asian. And just as you said that if you go into the tower, you can find many different and interesting places inside the tower, because when you stand in the different position and different floors, you can see various panoramic sceneries of the Shanghai from all the perspectives. Very interesting and very gorgeous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very
Yes.
impressive building.
Yes, and I recommend that if you go to the 240 meters corridor, and you can see the panoramic views of the beautiful scenery of Huangpu River, and with profound heritage culture of Shanghai. And also, if you want to see feel like flying or walking in the air, you can go to the 260 meters transparent corridor, because that is the only one transparent corridor in the world. Very famous and interesting. If there is a chance, I recommend you can try it. It will be a very interesting experience. So
for sure.
Interesting.
I
and
definitely need to.
Yes, and also in the evening, you can also choose to take the Oriental cruise on the Huangpu River, and you can enjoy the Huangpu panoramic scenery. And also, are you interested in the history of Shanghai?
I am very interested.
The
Please tell me
history
more.
of Shanghai.
Yes, I am.
Please tell me more.
That's great. And I say that the Oriental Pearl Tower is also a good choice for you to know the history of Shanghai, because there is a Shanghai Historical Development Museum inside the tower, and you can see the development and the evolution of the history of Shanghai from 700 years ago to the present. Yes, I think that is a very good choice to know the history and to know the history of Shanghai evolution, development of Shanghai. Actually, there are so many different places in Shanghai to watch, to eat, and to show, to know. But how times fly. My part is over, and I'm looking forward to show you more next time.
Thank you so much, Olivia. Just before you go, would you be able to show us, just flip your camera around and just take us for a little 360 tour around where you are right now? I think everyone would love to see just like a 360 view. Yeah. Awesome.
Yes. Switch my camera.
Awesome. Can see. Okay, so we've got Jinma Tower there. Ooh. Okay.
Yeah, that is the tower.
Okay.
And this is a big shopping mall, Pudong shopping mall. Yeah. A very Chinese bank, Oriental Pearl Tower.
Beautiful.
And this is Central Bridge.
Cool.
Yeah, the best position to see the buildings.
Perfect. Okay, that gives us a bit more of a beautiful view there, and I love the line of buildings that lead around in almost like a bit of a semicircle there. Really interesting architecture happening there. Thank you so much for showing it to us, Olivia. Thank you so much for being a live stream host today. Really appreciate it. Yeah, go eat some yummy food after this.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye, Olivia. See you soon. Bye. Awesome. Thank you so much, Olivia, for showing us Pudong and Lujiazui. Oh, man, I wish I was there. It looks so pretty. So we have one last section for today's live stream. We're bringing back John, and he's gone to a nearby street, and he's going to be trying some Shanghai street food, which of course includes xiaolongbao, the famous soup buns, soup dumplings, which I have such an intense craving for right now. Actually, I might order some online, but here we go. Here's John again to show us the food. Hey, John.
Hi. Hi again.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm right now on a street actually that you could have seen from where I started. That building is part of the Grand Cinema building. And over here I could just walk over there really quick, is the Park Hotel. And it has this deli along the side of it that always has this massive line going out. I think like 30 people long, which is crazy.
Oh, wow.
But I'm on this street because it is a street that's well known for having so much of classic Shanghai cuisine. And I think something like half the restaurants on this street all say Lao Shanghai, like the yellow there. Yeah. So they have xiaolongbao, shengjian, two classic types of Shanghai dumpling. Yeah, you can see this is the back half of the Park Hotel here.
Yeah.
But I already ordered some xiaolongbao, so maybe we can see some of those.
Yes.
And then also right across the street is my university's favorite. All the students love going to this place because it's cheap, but also super tasty. It's called Xiaoyongjian, which you probably know, Yong's dumplings in English. And it is a classic for getting shengjian, another type of dumpling. Similar to xiaolongbao, actually, but slightly different in how they're made. So let's see if my xiaolongbao are ready. And just a normal score here.
My internet is, for some reason, right now a little bit bad. So if I cut out, just keep speaking. Everyone can hear you perfectly.
Okay, no problem.
My internet is, I think, a little choppy right now. But yeah, it looks. I can see everything perfectly.
Oh, perfect. 谢谢.
Oh.
All right. Success.
Oh, I want them.
And so, and I'll go. Do you know if I can open Alipay while live streaming?
Give it a go. If you can always come back in, just use the same link.
It's true.
So no stress.
What's nice about Xiaoyongjian is it's really quick. So I should be able to just. They might already have some available. So let me see.
Yummy, yummy.
喂，你好，一份小鱼生煎。
Oh my gosh, I am so hungry for xiaolongbao right now.
不用。没扫好。欢迎使用微信支付。Wow, double success.
Awesome! It worked.
And I ordered. 谢谢. Yeah, so at this place, you take your ticket and you give it to the people, and they get the dumplings ready, and they already have it ready. Perfect.
Oh, fantastic. So you've just picked up some. Oh my gosh, they look so good. Oh.
All right, yeah, so here we go. This is now a food live stream. So these are the shengjian. You can see that it's like all round on the top. Oh wait, hold on, let me angle it correctly. You can see it's all round on the top, and that's because the bottom is actually where they do the twirling. So how these dumplings are made is they twirl the dumpling dough, and that's how they kind of wrap them instead of the like folding. It's just a twirling kind of thing. But shengjian are, as the name would imply, jian means to fry. So shengjian are fried in a pan, whereas xiaolongbao are steamed. And let's see if I can get these xiaolongbao open. Oh, put this phone down over here.
Oh yeah. Oh, great idea. Oh, that's a great angle actually. That really works. So you've got shengjianbao, xiaolongbao. Oh my gosh. I know I'm not the only one super hungry right now.
You can see the difference, but these are steaming and these are fried. Now,
which are your favorite?
So I've eaten so much shengjian because wait, I want to get them both in the frame here. I've eaten so much Shenzhen as a student, so I have a fondness for these and nostalgia. But xiaolongbao, if they're done right, they're amazing. And so I think these are one of my favorites. I think xiaolongbao, just a classic.
Yeah.
But these are a close second place. And if I can give any advice to eating xiaolongbao, it's you definitely know this already because I've made a mistake many times myself. You want to make a hole in the xiaolongbao because there's soup inside. And if you don't, when you bite into it, it's just gonna explode all over you and get all over your clothes. So that's a key part about eating xiaolongbao. You can see there's actually some soup coming out. I don't know if that's coming up on camera.
Yep, you can. We can see it.
Oh, yep.
Hot?
There it happened. Yeah, no, it just exploded a little.
Oh
You
no!
gotta be careful. Yeah, I'm a little bit distracted. You know, having to live stream and eat.
Yeah, multitasking to the max. Maybe the xiaolongbao are less hot.
Yes, that's definitely a possibility. The xiaolongbao usually, Shangjian are, since they're fried, they're a little bit crispier and the dough is a little bit thicker. Xiaolongbao are a little bit thinner, so usually there's a little bit more soupiness and they're a little bit more fluid. So.
Oh gosh, I am so hungry watching this.
That's really good. Yeah, it's really well done. Yeah, and the soup is not too like hot because sometimes you just burn your mouth with like an inferno of heat. But I'm gonna see if I can just like put these and show you the rest of the street because this street is really cool.
Oh, fantastic!
It's full of like all these like cute little stores that sell like traditional Shanghai food, and you know those like street side pots and stuff where they have the dumplings cooking out in the open, and you just your mouth waters every time you pass by.
Oh, I miss it so much. Oh, this is great.
Yeah, and like those are some of my favorites because it gives me a chance to like learn a little bit or hear a little bit of Shanghainese, which is the
Can you
local
speak
dialect.
Shanghainese?
Really, I know a couple of like the simple stuff like "gong hao" for "ni hao," but no, I don't have much practice. I have a really nice Baozi guy who lives outside my apartment, and I see him and say hi. And he speaks Shanghainese, but I need to get more practice. Definitely.
I only know a very few phrases, very basic, like hello, goodbye, turn left, turn right, just enough like taxi talk.
Yeah, and it's really cool because you can practice with these like small stores that have been here for decades. This street is pretty cool. It's like wait, let me see, kind of like more casual. This street usually a lot of the streets in Shanghai have like a strict road. Cars go here, strict sidewalk. This street is more loose, and it has a lot more of a residential feeling. You can even see some of the residential buildings across the way there. There's some like pots and plants and all the bikes of the residents. But all of these stores have something to do with being part of either different places in China or old Shanghai.
Yeah. Oh, I love these streets.
Yeah. I'll flip the camera
really
around.
Local feel.
I saw this. I saw this on a Douyin where someone was giving a tour of all the restaurants here, and they it was really beautiful during the nighttime. But during the daytime, it's also very cool. Oh, I think this is actually one that you recommended. This one's another classic. It has a couple different stores to it, but it's a very nice tangbao place for all kinds of soup dumplings.
Yeah.
So Shangjian, Xiaolongbao. And here's another old Shanghai. Probably the one I've seen on the street so far.
Yeah. Yeah, one side of the road to the other just has a very different kind of vibe.
Yeah. Oh wow! So this is actually Lilong. This is, you see, old Lilong neighborhood. So Lilong is actually Shanghainese, and it means alley accommodation, like alley house. So this is like an alleyway leading to apartments that are done in that old Lilong apartment style.
Yeah.
Yeah. All these different restaurants. I have to say, Shanghai food is my favorite. It is.
Oh, what's your
so
favorite kind of thing to eat from Shanghai?
well, xiaolongbao is definitely near that top of the list, but honestly, it's not a Shanghai specific. But every time I'm in China, I have to get hot pot. And when I came back, that was the first thing I did. All my Chinese friends, I said, "Hey, if you're going out for hot pot on day one of finish quarantine." And
so you came back recently-ish to Shanghai?
Yeah, so I came back in November, actually, of last year. So actually, all university students are currently still not allowed to enter the country. If there's anyone in the chat that is an international student and stuck outside, I feel you. I was there.
Yeah.
But wishing you the best of the luck. I'm sure this will all pass over at some point, and we can all come back and enjoy China again.
Yeah, thanks for that, John. It's really nice words. And I know there are a lot of people watching this or will watch this that are hoping to get back at some point to study. Must be so frustrating doing your degree from overseas and you don't get to enjoy the country that you're meant to be in to do that degree. It's half of the reason why I would want to study in Shanghai or China is to experience the city. So it's really awful not to be able to be there. But yeah, hopefully get back soon.
Yeah, hopefully you can get back soon too.
I've got my visa meeting next week. I'm hopefully getting my visa. Yeah.
Yeah, wow. That's big news.
Yeah.
Right, so I'm just gonna head to the end of this street, show you that deli I mentioned that has a ridiculously long line, and then come back to West Nanjing Road, one of the center streets of Shanghai, here in Puxi at least.
Awesome.
I mean, I
you
think
mentioned
you saw
the big. Oh, sorry.
No, I think you saw Century Avenue in Pudong.
Yeah.
That's the street that my school is on. Here's this Park Hotel Deli, and you can see the line just goes all the way down.
Wow. So what do they sell there?
To be honest, I don't know. I haven't figured it out yet. So
it's so funny though when I'm in China and it's if there's a line, people will join the line because it's obviously something good. But for me, I hate waiting. I hate lining up. I have such my patience levels are really, really low. So if I see a long line, I'm like, oh, I should probably stay here and figure out what it is that they're selling. But then the other half of me is like, oh, go to the next door. There's no line.
Yeah. There's so many restaurants that do xiaolongbao, and so the one that is the famous one always has a giant line. But there's so many great places that do xiaolongbao. And here's the Park Hotel up close. It has actually a turning door, like a very American style. But there's the rest of the Nanjing West and the beginning of People Square.
Oh, done a whole circle today. Thank you so much for taking us and showing us around the area. Are you going to enjoy your xiaolongbao and shengjianbao after this live stream?
Yes. I'm going to go back to the park and enjoy it next to those beautiful cherry blossom trees.
Oh my goodness, I honestly couldn't imagine anything more ideal.
Yeah. I like the weather today. When it's super sunny in Shanghai, it gets a little bit humid and uncomfortable, but this is a very nice, comfortable weather.
Yeah, I live for the transition seasons in China. The small gap, I guess in some cities it's a small gap between super cold and super hot. Yeah.
Right. Oh.
Cool. Thanks a bunch, John. Wish you fun and yumminess with those xiaolongbao. Interesting expression. But yeah, thank you so much again for today, and see you when I'm back in Shanghai. So hopefully sometime soon.
Right. All right. Bye.
Bye, John. Oh, that is the end of our live stream for today. I hope you guys have all enjoyed it. I know I have. If anything has come out of that live stream for me today is I am super, super hungry. And actually I have half a mind to order myself some shengjianbao for takeaway. I'm not going anywhere today because the weather here in Sydney is absolutely horrible. There have been a lot of floods here in New South Wales, the state that I live in. So if anyone happens to be watching that is from New South Wales and is affected, my heart goes out to you. Hope everything is okay. But yeah, that's the end of our live stream for today. Feel free to comment or send me a message about what you'd like to see next time or what other places in China you'd like for me to explore virtually. As I said, there is going to be a second half to this live stream. We're going to be exploring more of the old Shanghai. So my idea for that live stream part will be Yuyuan Gardens, the famous old school architecture that if you've been to Shanghai, you've probably been there. Where else do I want to take you guys? Wukong Road, which is one of like the Lao Shanghai, the old 1920s kind of famous streets. There was something else I wanted to show as well. I've forgotten, but if there's any other areas that you think would be cool to check out in Shanghai, let me know, or let me know. Someone has just commented, what about the Terracotta Warriors? I have already done a live stream to the Terracotta Warriors. You can check it out. I've done quite a few of these already now. We've been to Hangzhou, Nanjing, Terracotta Warriors, and Xi'an. We went to Wuhan as well. Where else have we been? Beijing. Yeah, and more to come. These are really fun for me to do. It feels like I'm back in China and hopefully they're fun to watch. But yeah, once this live stream ends, feel free to comment down below, send your suggestions of how I can improve these live streams. And yeah, until next time, 再见 or 见位, which is goodbye in Shanghainese. Bye, guys.